Candace is officially losing her mind. Someone needs to, get her admitted to somewhere because she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So somehow she's connecting that the French are controlling the FBI, and this is why nobody's getting in contact with her. Well, actually, she says she didn't contact the FBI. She texted someone. Now, if a foreign country is trying to have me assassinated, I'm not texting someone. I'm going to go to the FBI and be like, hey, y'all need to help me and get this solved. But why isn't the White House responding back to her? Let's go ahead and get into this video. But first, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. All right, so let's just go ahead and be open and transparent. Do I believe that somebody is trying to assassinate Candace Owens? No, I think a troll emailed her, and now she's running with the story because she's paranoid, and her husband, who they're really in a lavender relationship, is not focusing on her, so she has to come to the internet and get attention because she's not getting that at home because her husband is worried about men just like she's worried about Charlie Kirk, who she should be worried about her actual husband, but I digress. Anyway, let's get into this video. This is where she talks about how the White House has not responded back at all.
Or about that. Now, in terms of formal replies that we received from government structures, the only department that we did hear back, well, first let me say, I did not at all hear back from the FBI on the American side. I did hear back from the counterterrorism unit. I did hear back from the White House confirming that that message had been delivered on Trump's desk, me saying that I had the information. I guess he didn't want to inquire further, which is interesting. But the FBI left me on red. And I will say I didn't go through an official channel and send an email, and I should do that. But I did send a text message to somebody very high up who received the text message. No response. Now, I thought that the claim of the French Foreign Legion...
Was it Cash Patel? Like, who was it?
Being involved in Charlie's assassination, I thought the FBI might be interested. No phone calls even from Utah's FBI branch have come into me either. Wouldn't you want to see? Aren't we supposed to be investigating the Charlie Kirk assassination? It was totally not a state operation, and they really want to get to the truth, which explains why nobody called. No, Utah, not interested. I'm actually surprised Tyler Robinson's lawyer hasn't reached out to me. What's going on here? Oh, we've got to protect the patsy, right? We've got to protect the patsy in this situation. Regarding the only official that we did receive any sort of a public response from, it reads to me like a confession. Let me know if you agree. So I pointed out that interestingly enough, after I began researching the French Legion, I very quickly stumbled upon the fact that they were also involved in a joint operation with American troops in the exact weeks leading up to Charlie's assassination. More specifically, according to the, French Foreign Legion website,
So see how she's drawing this into connection to Charlie Kirk. So they wanted Charlie Kirk gone, right? And they also wanted her too. This is how she's trying to connect all of it, which is really sick that she is doing this. Mind you, do I have my thoughts and opinion about the Charlie Kirk situation? Do I think that would... Listen, I don't think that was a foreign country who set that up. I think that was right homegrown right here in America with that situation. The Candace is trying to draw this to, this French Legion who's connected to the Macrons is trying to have her. Listen, if something like that really was going on, she would get a response. They probably looked at the shit or whatever she gave them, the evidence that we have not seen. She probably gave them the evidence. They were like, it's some bullshit. And I don't think Candace realizes this. We're going to have a real conversation about this. You was just the black girl that they could use to say shit about black people so they didn't have to be called racist. Because at one point, when you said negative stuff about black people, you were called racist. Right now, they don't really care about that. Everybody talks about black people because they love to beat on us because they can't be us, right? But when it comes to Candace specifically was used as a tool. I mean, she was even used by Turning Point. She was a part or the head of the Blexit, which, you know, the right always talks about. They don't think about identity politics, or they don't like identity politics. But Blexit was about black people specifically exiting the Democratic Party, but they don't believe in identity politics. So everything about them are hypocritical, right? But again, Candace was used as a shield. She was the shield to be all like, no, black people are horrible. They are mean. They are this. They are that. They're criminals. They're lazy. They're bums. They're this and that. And the same people that Candace Owens was protecting and praised threw her to the side. And all they think about Candace is that she's a conspiracy theorist. That's the only thing they think about Candace. They don't see her any more than another internet personality. And that's what they think about a lot of them, but especially her. You were a useful idiot. They're done with you. Let's see if she got anything else she got.
August 2nd and August 25th of this year, the Legionnaires from the 4th Company, 2nd Foreign Infantry Regiment, the 6th Light Armored Brigade were integrated with U.S. Marines of the 6th Marine Regiment for a 3-week training deployment. Okay. That took place in California. Okay. And then once that training ended, I said this online, another camp began immediately. It was a joint exercise with civilians, which included military men from the Minot Air Force Base. And that joint exercise took place in Minnesota at Camp Ripley. And that ran just for a couple of days until August 27th. And that was known as Operation Valhalla. Okay. Random 3-day exercise with civilians. And I was wondering if the French Legionnaires that were in California maybe jumped right into activities going on with these civilians at Camp Ripley. But I typoed on X and I wrote Camp Riley. Okay. So I wrote, it's not a coincidence that the French Legionnaires were in the United States training with our Marines for 3 weeks. And when those 3 weeks ended in California, another military training exercise began alongside civilians at Camp.
You know what's funny about this? I'm just thinking, okay, well, if they're training with our military, right? Then wouldn't that mean that the United States, the same government that you accused of killing Charlie Kirk, remember she alluded to Trump having something to do with it? Well, wouldn't they also be trying to take you out as well, too? So why would you then trust them and give them information if they are working with the French Legionnaire group? Like, lady, that would mean that the U.S. is trying to set you up too. And this is why they're ignoring you. But really, I believe they're ignoring you because they know you batshit crazy and they don't give a damn about you. Just like you said, oh, it was dropped off on Trump's office and he hasn't said anything, you know. Oh, why hasn't the Utah police or FBI reached out to you? Why hasn't they? Well, they're literally going through a whole investigation. Like, why would they in turn want to do anything with you and impede in that investigation that they're doing? Now, do I think they're doing a great job with that investigation? No, I don't, because again, just like Candace said, with the whole Tyler Robinson person, do I believe that he was alone and everything? Nah, it's suspicious. And you know I'm not a Charlie Kirk fan, but I will say it is suspicious. But the way that Candace is trying to implant herself in this story, it comes off as desperate. I wonder how his wife feels. And especially Candace's tweet from 2 hours ago. Let me see. Oh, I don't have it up right now. But her tweet from 2 hours ago, she's telling people, don't donate to Turning Point, ask for a refund. They knew about this and blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. Candace, you asking for trouble. But hey, I'm here for it. Whatever happens, happens. I don't give a damn. Let them fight each other. Let pigs fight and wall up in the mud. Who cares, right? But hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all for all the love and support. And let me know if you guys want any more updates on this. But for me, I'm done with the Candace thing. Hey, unless something really pops off, I'm going to be quiet. Good night, y'all. We out.